And boy, do we have a lot for you here in this video, crew. Follow along as we get into some kicked up conditions coming into the Gulf Stream, finish our last day on passage, and a few chores before we reach the Cuban shore. We'll also show you the AIS system overnight and all of the ships in the Gulf Stream, and let you see our first Cuban sunrise. Oh, and an issue with the rigging. Of course, it's a boat, right? Yeah! That's what it's all about!
Phillip with his little Christmas tree. You want to take him out for some air.
I want to get some sun too.
What's his name?
Getting cabin fever.
We all are.
Felice.
Felice.
And he's got sparkles. Jim Bleaky'd approve.
Ah, glitter.
I think
It's
you
what
may have been at the strip club last night.
Jim is gonna die when he sees that.
Yeah, I think we all were getting just a little cabin fever and just a little crazy as we got near the Gulf Stream. But this was our little Christmas tree that we bought for the boat and named it Feliz Navidad. It had way too much glitter on it though. It made such a mess.
He's getting excited. He's like, I can see Cuba. I can see Cuba all the way.
That points to Cuba.
Yeah.
The magic tree.
It's the magic stick.
How cute. Have you ever seen anything cuter in your life? No. Haven't. I'm just filming my tree.
I warned you we were getting a little crazy.
He already knows I'm crazy. He loves me anyway. That's so cute. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Alright, we're doing turnips and sweet potatoes and carrots for lunch. Produce, produce, produce.
And while a big bowl of roasted vegetables for lunch may sound crazy to some of you, for us it was just the intent to try to finish off all the fresh produce before we made it to the Cuban shores, so we wouldn't have to throw as much overboard. You can probably also hear that we're motor sailing here as well, as the winds were a bit light that day, the fourth day of our voyage. This part cracks me up though here. Watch as Philip snips at me when I try to help him furl the Jenny.
I got it. Got it. Great. She's getting out of my rhythm.
Just pulled the line. Yeah, rhythm.
I got rhythm.
In rhythm.
Once we were cruising along under motor power, I knew there was one more chore I needed to get done that day.
So our buddy Ryan said to bring lots of gifts and goodies for the Cubans. I love peanut butter, Old Spice, Hot Wheels. I'm not talking to you! Lots of to-go peanut butter. Peanut butter. Peanuts. Jose likes Bengay. That's the dock master guy. Candy canes, candies. Just fun stuff that they don't usually get, you know, and can't usually find. We got a whole bag over here, check it out. All sorts of goodies. Let's just dump it out.
Later that afternoon, the wind started to pick up, so we decided to roll the Jenny out and get the sails trimmed nicely on a really good tack, as we knew we might be facing some pretty serious conditions that night. With the strong current of the Gulf Stream pushing us east into headwinds coming out of the southeast, we knew we were going to have a lot of movement on the boat, and we wanted her to be on a really nice tack and set comfortably for the night.
Says I got this.
And we call him Lord Nelson because he came off of one. Our autopilot, slightly used, came off of a much heavier 42,000-pound boat, and he was doing a phenomenal job holding our boat, Niagara 35, 17,000 pounds dry, all the way to Cuba.
I think that's the right degree we want to be on, huh? And watch it for a minute before we kill the engine?
Yeah, because I've seen the sails fluffing, so I think it's kind of a motor sail right now, but that's okay.
It's fine.
Get out here a little deeper in the stream, it'll help us too. I'm not a bad thing the motor sail there. Now it doesn't cost us anything to get it half an hour or 3/4 of the time.
Doesn't, I just run that engine.
I agree, I don't like it. Yeah, so we're on the last leg of the trip to Cuba. So we just kind of poking our nose out here into the Gulf Stream, and conditions are pretty good, but the wind is not quite the direction we want, so we're kind of motor sailing and hoping it's going to shift east like each forecast. If not, we'll just be motoring across here. We haven't had to motor the whole trip, so
I know,
not going to
been lucky.
complain.
How many hours so far? I thought it was like 2.
We had 2 hours out of the pass, and then we spent 2 hours charging the battery, and then we
Cranked
motored
down,
last
right?
night for like an hour.
Alright, so it was 3 offshore, because I was counting like once you're out of the
Yeah,
pass.
like 3 and a
so
half.
3 offshore, and then we've run about 4 now? 3 now?
Well, we're at 6.
6, so 6 hours total
6 and a
offshore?
half,
Okay.
Yeah, only 6.5 hours motoring on a 4-day offshore voyage. Let's just say we were a little excited about the awesome sailing we were doing on the way to Cuba.
It's a salty spray! We're on our way to Havana! Yeah, just about 15 hours to go! My stress is full sails up and loving it! Check it out! Let's kill this engine, it's about time. I think conditions are right. Move our trashy trash. Sweet. Oh, hell yeah. My favorite sound. We are sailing, kids. Once again. Good. I didn't think it'd be 45 off, so it looks like it shifted a little. Still got our bearing we're holding. Make it 5-3. That works for me.
Yes. Make 5 knots, happy camper.
Right? Even average, you know. You can get across the Gulf Stream.
Keep this beautiful wind like this going all night.
Oh my God, it'd be beautiful. What's our ETA still right now? Is it on here?
10:30 in the morning.
Okay. Do our map share so you can see the other side. That's what it looks like when we're out there. Post these messages to you guys. This is how beautiful it is. Just make you jealous. It's fun out here. The noise is like this one.
We didn't rest long though. It wasn't right after sunset the winds shifted around east like we had wanted, but picked up to about 18 right on the beam. Then it was time to reef, reef, reef.
It's easier to set the clue. Tack is the best thing to set. That's the second reef point. Yeah, it is. I'm watching it come down. Sweet. Start. Look up and watch.
This is reef 2. This is what I'm pulling.
Okay. I'm gonna have to crank the engine.
It's pulling it in by the...
Okay, well just look and
You
see.
don't have to crank.
It's in full-on reefing mode. Don't need no stinking help. This gal knows what she's doing. Roughed up. Taking her wedgie. The shape looks great, I think. I can pull the bang down to kind of flatten it a little bit.
Anyway, a lot more wind than we expected tonight. We certainly didn't expect kind of that intense right on the beam. It was like right on the beam when it hit us. So we had to really reef on down, reef the Jenny back to the mast. We'll call that reef 2. And reefed clumsily, put a second reef in the main. Took us about half a damn hour, but got it figured out and everything's all flattened out now and it feels so much better. Look at all these ships, GoPro. We'll block Captain's view real quick. Holy crap. Ooh, look at the wind. The wind's not fun either. Ooh, 16, I like that. How we doing, Captain?
Feeling great.
So we've got about 14 or so more hours, maybe less than that, 12. I don't know what time it is, 9.
Click on
Maybe
it,
12.
It'll show us to go to that
We
page.
can go over here and look.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say go to pages,
Navigation.
navigation. We'll go right here.
Last page.
And it'll tell us. ETA, 8:25 a.m.
Yep.
And about 13 to 15 hours. 5-2. We're on our, not really on our heading, but I guess we're like all over the
No,
place.
we have to be off the heading because the
Gulf Stream. Okay. Rocking along. Things are much better now. We're watching ships tonight is our big issue. Is every time you see a ship, click on it, check the CPA, see how far away it is. If you think they're gonna cross, hail them up on the radio, have a little chat and let them know we are under sail. That way they'll look out for us and deviate if necessary. So we're playing Leapfrog, or Frogger, it's called Frogger? Frogger, to find the music for it. A little bit of a challenging night tonight. It'll definitely be a, not a tiring night, but keep you on your toes kind of night. So we'll sleep really well tomorrow in Havana. This is Annie. Ow. Good morning. Almost to Cuban shores. Real close. This was our last night. It was a little bit trying, but planes rest. Thunder across the Gulf Stream, man. So we're gonna crank up and get to shore. The planes rest. Go check on her.
You fix the colors right now?
I will. Looking good, ready to Cuba. Woohoo! They're gonna know I'm American, Yannick. They're gonna be able to tell. Proud to be an American. Or at least I know I can go to Cuba on occasion. Yeah, we made it.
Did make it.
I'm about to make it.
Butternut squash.
This was such a big day for us. I think you'll be able to see from the footage and the songs we felt had to accompany this moment how excited we were to be sailing that day to the shores of Cuba.
Oh,
Soon it was time to bring in the sails so we could motor into the channel, and of course, last time furling the Jenny, this happens. Something was wrong. It was too much pressure, too tight, and not turning the drum. Phillip and I knew we had to stop, check things out, and investigate. I didn't see where anything was caught or tangled, so we tried to furl again. With no luck, Phillip decided to just go topside and see if he could do it by hand.
You okay?
Thankfully, Phillip was able to get it all in 18 knots of wind, but we just had to keep going forward, get the sails down, and motor into the channel. We decided we'd figure it out at the dock.
Marina Hemingway, Marina Hemingway, Marina Hemingway. This is sailing vessel Plaintiff's Rest, over. What?
They would probably answer pretty quickly, right?
You would think, but they could be out on the dock, or, you know, it's just like trying to call Powell's Box Pier, you know what I mean?
Unfortunately, we found that would not be the case.
Marina Hemingway, Marina Hemingway, Marina Hemingway, Marina Hemingway.
5 miles out. Marina Hemingway! Why aren't you talking to us?
Marina Hemingway, Marina Hemingway, Marina.
After 7 failed attempts to make contact on Channel 77, we texted our buddy, Captain Ryan, who's been to Cuba several times, to ask what he thought we should do. He said their radios are very poor, it's often hard to make contact, so we should just head on in and go to the dock at Customs.
It's going great. Found our marker, so we're maybe a half mile from the entrance. We are stoked, man. Looking over and seeing Havana, seeing millions of pictures, but it's like everything else in life. It's not the same unless you're there. All right, you get on deck. You need to stay centered right up because these markers are on the reef itself. Okay. And we're gonna cheat just slightly to port because the wind's blowing. Not terribly bad, about 13 knots, but definitely we don't want to get pushed to starboard.
Alright, I'm going to keep Captain Centerline. As you can see these markers, probably can't, but there's markers on each side. And there's reefs on either side, so we're going to stay right in the damn middle. This is it's like Belvenito or Delinto or something, hard marker to see, but we found it. So that's our marker in. And we're going straight shot right here into Cuba. I'm holding us straight between these two markers. You see green on port, red on starboard because we're red right return. You can see them on either side. Make sure we stay right in the middle. They're coming into Cuba. Here we go. Marina Hemingway. Left turn after coming into Marina Hemingway.
soccer red. I'm gonna get this all over myself. Hey crew, I'm actually gluing that transmission key. If you remember from our first video, we just left for Cuba. Had a really quick update, wanted to give it to you guys and show you what we're dealing with here. This is the transmission key that we're talking about. See, it's poking out right there. Don't know why they didn't design it in a way that it would stay in there, but I am dealing with it now. Quick update for you. We had something really exciting and cool that's coming out very soon, first on Patreon and then on the blogs. You all can see it, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about it. We're about to make it to the Cuba shores in the videos. That is so cool, and I hope you're enjoying those. But the whole point of everything we do here at Have Wind Will Travel is to help people just like you stop dreaming and just watching videos and get out there yourselves and start fixing your boat in exotic places. Cruising is very rewarding, and it's something we have a passion about sharing. And Patreon, if some of you are new, we have a lot of new subscribers and new patrons. Chris, Casey, Lisa, Rick, hello. Phillip and I use Patreon to help create cruisers. What we do with the money is give gifts of cruising, very big gifts, but also to enable us to do boat tours where we film different boats, so any of you boat shopping can see different makes and models. I just did a Motor Cat last week and a Hunter 36, so you'll get to see those. Hunter is a big one that you guys asked for. And the gifts of cruising, we've done 3 so far. We did a Pam Wall cruising and consulting package. We did a 6-day bareboat charter course in Pensacola, and the last one was a voucher for an Andy Shell offshore voyage. Super cool. And what we're gonna give you next week coming up is an update on our gift of cruising winners. One has actually quit their regular day job, moved to the coast, and they're about to buy a boat. And you're gonna get to see which boat they picked and why, and so that's super cool to be a part of this process. We share it with you because it just feels really good to see people make a decision with their life like that and do something they've been dreaming about doing for years. So that's what Patreon is about for us, and it's an amazing feeling and something really cool to be a part of. So definitely become a patron and get eligible for those gifts of cruising, because our 4th one is still up. It is a free Sail Libre voyage. The whole passage, you get to pick whichever voyage you want. As soon as we reach 500, we're giving that one away. And also we've done videos, you know, how to make money online. I do online marketing for clients, and Sail Libre is one. I do a lot of work for Ryan in creating all of his online media, which is exhausting. But part of the way I ask to be compensated for that is to give a discount to all of my patrons. Anyone who is a patron gets a 15% discount on any voyage on Sail Libre. I mean, that could be like a $200 or $300 or $400 savings. So really cool. And I work really hard to be able to give you guys that. So become a patron there, and you get a promo code when you book on Sail Libre, and you can go offshore. We're about to leave in like 4 days to go to the Miami Boat Show on Libra. Phillip and I, it's going to be an awesome voyage. We've got a father-daughter team going with us. Jeff, hi, I know you're there watching. Jeff is going to come, and Teddy J from Sail Loot. So very big, cool trip, and we'll be at the boat show. And just an offshore voyage to get that experience is really important if you're thinking about going cruising. That's why we want to share it with people, because it's a critical part of traveling the world in a boat. You know, offshore can be, as you've seen in the videos, sometimes frightening and intimidating, but very rewarding. So that is definitely something you should consider doing if you're thinking about cruising. And if you're thinking about cruising, I hope you're watching these videos and loving them, and I hope you stop dreaming, go out and get you a boat, become a patron for our really cool stuff, and just have a good time. Bye guys, we love you. Next time, we will walk you through customs in Cuba, show you who all boarded the boat and what they wanted to know. And if you haven't seen yet, I did do a blog post on this just recently called The Customs in Cuba, laying out the cost to stay at the marina, navigating the entrance, if you have to call before you enter, all kinds of good stuff. We also deal with in the video an engine issue at the customs dock. I swear I cannot make this stuff up. The boat wouldn't crank. But we do finally make it to our slip, and we also show you what happened with the furling line on the Jenny, so you can see an issue we dealt with and a lesson we learned. And of course, take you in to Cuba. Stay tuned.